Hello dear students, today we will explain chapter number 13 part 3. In this part we will discuss inverse proportion and exercise 13.2. Now first of all we will discuss what is inverse proportion. So simply I am taking an example. Let's suppose I have 20 sweets. Okay, I have 20 sweets and I have to distribute these sweets in number of children. Okay, so this is number of children and this is number of sweets. Let's suppose we have to distribute 20 sweets in 20 children. Okay, so the number of children is 20. So how many sweets I have to distribute to each children? One sweet. Okay, 20 children and one sweets, so it will be total 20 sweets. Okay, now let's suppose I have to distribute 20 sweets in 10 children. Okay, then how many sweets each children can get? Two sweets, we know that. Similarly, if number of children is 5, then how many sweets I have to distribute it to each children? 5 4s are 20, so 4 sweets each children can get. Similarly, let's suppose the number of children is 2, then 10 sweets each children can get. And if the number of children is 1, then 20 all sweets I have to give to that children. Okay, so according to this data, what we have observed, the number of children is decreasing: 20, 10, 5, 2 and 1, decreasing order. So number of sweets in increasing order: 1, 2, 4, 10, 20. Okay, if number of children is decreases, the number of sweets is increases. Okay, so what relation? So simply we can say in inverse proportion, one thing is increases, then other will be decreases, or you can say one thing is decreases, the other will be increases. Okay, the inverse relation are there. So let's suppose the children is x and number of sweets, let's suppose this is y. Okay, so what we are observing here, the multiplication of x and y is equal. Okay, 20 into 1, that is 20, 10 into 2, that is 20, 5 into 4, that is 20, and 2 into 10, that is 20, and 1 into 20, that is 20. So the relationship in inverse proportion are the multiplication of both things, x into y equals to constant. You can say k is the constant. Okay, and in direct proportion, what we will getting, x upon y is constant. Okay, and here in inverse proportion, x into y will be constant. Okay, now simply these formula you can say used in the exercise 13.2. So this will be the explanation of inverse proportion. Now next, the exercise 13.2. Now exercise 13.2 from NCERT, question number 1. Which of the following are in inverse proportion? And some statements are given here. So first statement, the number of workers on a job and the time to complete the job. This is in inverse proportion or direct proportion. We have to state that. So simply, if we increase the number of workers, it will take less time, and if we decrease the number of workers, the time which is used to complete the job will be more. Okay, if simply it is in inverse proportion, because if we increase the number of workers, the time to complete the job is less, and if we decrease the number of workers, the time to complete the job is more. Okay, so these are in inverse proportion. If one is increasing, the other will be decreasing, and if one is decreasing, the other will be increasing. These are in inverse relation. Okay, so here we can write, what is question, which of the following are in inverse proportion? Yes, it is in inverse proportion. You can take this right sign here, and you have to also write the reason or explanation. Okay, now second question, the time taken for a journey and the distance traveled in a uniform speed. Simply, it is in direct proportion, because what is given, time taken for a journey and the distance traveled in a uniform speed. Okay, when time taken is increases, the in uniform speed, the more distance, the time will be more. Okay, when a car or bike moves in a uniform speed, then if the distance will be more, then time taken will be also more, and if the distance will be less, the time taken is also less. Okay, so this is in direct proportion, so it is not in inverse proportion, so just cross sign. Now next, third question, area of cultivated land and the crop harvested. So these are in direct proportion, because when the area of cultivated land increases, the crop harvested is also increases. Okay, and when the area of cultivated land is decreases, the crop harvested is also decreases. Now these are in direct proportion, so it is not in inverse proportion. Okay, so just put the right here cross sign. Now next, question number 4, the time taken for a fixed journey and the speed of the vehicle. When the speed of the vehicle increases, the time taken is decreases, and when the speed of the vehicle is decreases, the time taken will be increases. So it is in inverse proportion. Now the fifth one is the population of the country and the area of land per person. Okay, when we increase the population of a country, the area of land per person is decreases, and when we decrease the population of a country, the area of land per person is increases. So these are in inverse proportion. Okay, so right sign here. So question number 2, in a television game show, the prize money of 1 lakh is to be divided equally amongst the winners. Complete the following tables and find whether the prize money given to an individual winner is directly or inversely proportional to the number of winners. Okay, so what question are given here? Number of winners are given 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 10, 20. And prize for each winner is given, one winner then 10 lakh rupees, 1 lakh rupees, and if two winner then 50,000 rupees, and if there are 4, 5, 8, 10, 20 winners, then how many prize we have to give? So simply what we have to do here, so question number, so this is 4. So let's suppose when the number of winners are 4, each winner will get equals to 1 lakh divided by 4. Okay, total prize is 1 lakh rupees, and 4 winners are there. So to get prize for one winner, we have to divide it. So simply 1 lakh divided by 4. So it will be 25,000. Okay, so this is 25,000. Similarly, when the winners are 5, 5, then each winner will get 1 lakh divided by 5, so it will be 20,000. So you can write 20,000. Similarly, if the winner is 8, then it will be each winner will get 1 lakh divided by 8. So it will be 12,500. So this is 12,500. When the number of winners are 8, so each winner will get 1 lakh if the number of winners are 10. Okay, so divided by 10, so 0 0 cancel out, so it will be 10,000. Similarly, it is 10,000. If the number of winners is 20, each winner will get 1 lakh divided by 20, 0 0 cancel out, and it will be 2 5 are 10, and 3 zeros are there. Okay, 5,000 rupees. Now in question number 2, these are complete explanation. So other question are also given here. Find whether the prize money given to an individual winners is directly or inversely proportional to the number of winners. So simply it is the inversely proportional. Okay, because when number of winners increases, the price for each winner will decreases. So these are in inverse relationship. Now the next question, that is question number 3. Rahman is making a wheel using spokes. He wants to fix equal spokes in such a way that the angles between any pair of consecutive spokes are equal. Help him by completing the following table. Okay, so number of spokes are given here: 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12. And angle between a pairs of consecutive spokes is given 90, 60 and these. Okay, so simply we have to find the fill in the blanks. So what we have to do here, when the number of spokes is 8, then the angle between a pair of consecutive spokes will be simply, if the number of is increasing order, the number of spokes increasing order, the angle between a pair of consecutive spokes is in decreasing order. So these are in inverse relationship. So simply what we have to do, just write here solution. These are in inverse relationship. So when the number of spokes is 8, we have to find angle between pairs. So just write here, when the number of spokes is 8, the angle between pair of consecutive spokes equals to 360 divided by 8, that is 45 degree. Okay, so simply just divide it. So total number of that is 360 and it is divided by 8, so we will get the angle between the pairs, so it will be 45. Similarly, when the number of spokes is 8, then what we have to do, 360 divided by 10, so it will be 0 0 cancel out, 36 degree. Okay, so the angle between a pair of consecutive spokes is 36 degree. Similarly, this is 12 and total number of that is 360, that is 12, so just divide it. So 12 3 are 36, 30 degree. Now it will be 30 degree. Okay, now it is the complete explanation. Some other questions are also given here. So the first question, are the number of spokes and the angle formed between the pairs of consecutive spokes is in inverse proportion? Yes, they are in inverse proportion, because if the number of spokes is increases, the angle between a pairs of consecutive spokes is also decreases. When it is increases, then it will be decreases. Simply that's mean it is in inverse proportion. So here we can write yes. Second question. Calculate the angle between a pair of consecutive spokes on a wheel with 15 spokes. Okay, so the number of spokes is given here 15. So what will be the angle between a pairs? So simply just write here. Just find it. The number of spokes would be needed equals to total, that is 360, divided by, there are 15 spokes is given here, so just divide by 15. So it will be 15 to the 30, 15 for the 60, 24 degree. Okay, now third will be, how many spokes would be needed if the angle between a pair of consecutive spokes is 40 degree? Okay, so the angle between a pair of consecutive spokes is given 40 degree. We have to find number of spokes. Okay, so right here the number of spokes equals to would be needed equals to 360 divided by, what is given, third one, 40 degree. Okay, so it will be 360 upon 40, 0 cancel out, 4 9 is 36, so 9 is the number of spokes would be needed. Now these are the answer, and these are the complete explanation of question number 3. Now the next question, that is question number 4. If a box of sweets is divided among the 24 children, they will get 5 sweets each. How many would each get if the number of children is reduced by 4? Okay, what is given in the question? The number of sweets is divided amongst the 24 children, and they will get 5 sweets each. Okay, 5 sweets each. How many would each get if the number of children is reduced by 4? And the number of children is reduced by 4. So simply, so in this question it is given solution. Each child will get 5 sweets. So it is given each child will get 5 sweets. Each child will get equals to 5 sweets. So in this question there are 24 children. So 24 children will get 24 into 5 sweets. So it will be 2 carry 5 to the 10, 120 sweets. Okay, each child will get 5 sweets, then 24 children will get 24 into 5, 120 sweets. So the total number of sweets is 120. Now according to the question, if the number of children is reduced by 4, so the number of children is here 24, then the children left, total number of children is 24 and 4 is reduced, so it will be 24 minus 4, that is 20 children. Okay, now each child will get how many sweets? This is the question. So simply, now each child will get sweets equals to 120 divided by 20 children are left. So total number of sweets divided by children left, that is 20. So it will be 0 0 cancel and 2 6 are 12. So each child will get 6 sweets. Okay. Now this is the answer and 6 sweets is the answer. Now it's very simple. So the next question, that is question number 5. A farmer has enough food to feed 20 animals in his cattle for 6 days. How long would the food last if there were 10 more animals in his cattle? So simply solution. Let the number of days be x. And the total number of animals is given here. Equals to 20 animals and 10 more animals. So it will be 20 plus 10. That is 30 animals. Okay. Now just draw a table. This is animals and this is days. What is given? Total number of animals is 20. Then how many days? 6 days. So just write here, this is 20 and days are 6 given. Now if the total number of animals is 30, then how many days? X days. So this is 30 and x. Simply these are the table and just apply the formula of inverse relationship. So it will be, we know that (20) divided by 6 according to the question. 20 by 6. This equals to x upon, and we know that in inverse relationship the product will be equal or constant. So the product will be 20 into 6 equals to 30 into x. So find the value from this, find the value of x from this equation. So x equals to 20 into 6 divided by 30. Now 0 0 cancel, 3 2 are 6 and 2 into 2, that will be 4. So 4 days are the answer. Now this is very simple, and this was the complete explanation of exercise 13.2. Now thank you so much, students. If you have any doubt and queries, you can ask in a Zoom class, or you can send the message in class 8 WhatsApp group. Thank you so much, students.